Hey guys, back again for another part. So we put that on and we put that on. What I would like to do, very similar to my my bunny one that I did, I thought since it's got this background, I better plug in my little iron. Since it's got this background, I wouldn't mind colouring in that background. Actually, take that off because we don't want it to seep through that, but it'll be okay. Now, when you get your kit, you have not, I've got, this is my eco dyed piece and it's got a little bit of green on the bottom there, but if you wanted to, you could probably put a little bit of green. But I thought I would like to do have a bit of sun, but I'm going to grip this color here and get a bit of that color as well, because I want to have it in orange but not over the top. We want the orange to, it's a pretty full-on orange and it will seem very full-on, but it always dies lighter when we have done this in the past, because this is a Australian cockatoo and I would like it if it had a bit of sun in the background, because Australia is very sunny. She says this is a cold day today. I'll put that over there and we'll move it around. I'll try not to do it too close to the edge because it does seep. Okay, so this is just watercolour. I might put another thing underneath as well because it's going along both lots. So yes, it is very bright, but it will lighten up once you dry it. And then I'm going to add a bit of pink to it as well. So, don't want that to go that too far. And I'm going to do some couching along the edge as well. See how it seeps? You do have to be careful. So I'll do this before I start working on here. Now I'm going to make it really, really, really runny and just fill in the rest with a bit of water. A bit of a watery piece. Yay. Pretty orange. It's all good though, all good. Just want it to be really watery. Try and do it as fast as I can. Doesn't matter if it seeps into here because it's going to have the colour of the cockatoo. I keep calling it a cockatoo. It is a pink galah, but they are related to the cockatoo family. Now, what I'm going to do, I've got this bright pink colour which matches that pink pretty well. And it's an unusual colour combination, I know, but I really want it to match that pink. Of that. Okay. so careful. I really don't want to get it everywhere else. Okay. These are Jane Davenport colours in the Brights palette, and you can see that it's very bright. Okay, now put a little bit here, and then I'm going to dry it. We'll see how it looks. It'll always, oh, really don't want it on there, but not a terrible thing if it does go on there. Right, dry that straight away. Try and get it off. But just adds, I suppose. Now, okay, get this underneath. Okay, then get the iron. Definitely always dries lighter. See what I mean? Dries lighter. Now, thank goodness for that. It is pretty bright, but it is called the Brights palette, and the orange has gone over the edge, but you can see now I'm drying it, it's not so bad. Okay. I made this with eucalyptus, and I can smell it. Actually, I might just spray and dry it so it doesn't gets rid of some of it. There we go. Maybe it keeps its colour a little more because it's got the lining underneath it, because it's a lot darker than what I thought it would be. Oop, careful, careful. Everyone's probably screaming at me. Look out for your paint. Okay. Watercolour is an awesome thing to add to your pictures. There we go. Then, when you do add this, still might add just a little bit more of that pink. I could probably wipe that down. I think you've got enough of the orange. There we go. And just grab a little bit more of that pink. So, it's underneath, just a little bit. Okay. Sorry guys, get really quiet when I always do that when I do painting. You're busy wanting to get it in the right place. Okay, we use it all up, dry it, and then I'll be back. It's looking pretty good. Actually, I'll just pause it. Okay, back again. Well, it's dry, and it has dried a little bit lighter, and what I want to do is I want to get couch. There's going to be a fair bit on there, so I want to have that colour around the outside and then this colour sort of on the inside. Rather than having 3 lots, and I'm going to have 2. So really quite like that colour, and I had enough left over of that, but I'll probably do that one off camera. So you guys probably know already about the couching, so just do a knot. Don't want to make it too massively thick. Now the reason why I'm doing wool is because it's going to give it a little bit of thickness, and it matches the wool along here, because I do want to cover that line. Okay, so we get that and we pull that through. Here's my little, might not need that, but we'll grab it just in case, and then notch that. Okay, this is such a gorgeous piece. It's going to be beautiful. So because I've already got mine that I'm working on, I might even do some of that same technique there, and this is the one I'm going to be using for myself. I'm probably going to end up selling this piece, so yeah, because I don't need two of them, and I haven't really sold much of my I've sold journals and kits and all that, but I haven't sold much of my work. So okay, so I get that along there like that, so you have it coming out of the same hole pretty much, and then you go down and you come up just a little bit. Anybody that has seen my rabbit one that we did during lockdown in 2020, this is the same sort of thing that I did with that, and I really like the effect of it, and doing this is actually quite relaxing. So nice and quick. I'm not going to have it too close together. Maybe about, I don't know, centimetre apart, something like that. And try and get matching thread with it. Looks really good already. Gives it that border. And there you go. There you go, guys. I'm getting as close as I can without it flickering too much. Yeah, gives it a nice border. I'll have a cup of sip of tea. Not tea, coffee. And then once I've done that, I might even start on showing you how to do this. I already showed in the other one, but yeah, I'm gonna I did it, it's sort of like a bit of a topsy-turvy tutorial, because I'm doing this one, which I in the one that on my one I didn't show how to do that, and this is different to what I've done, but I did show how to you stick down. I just got this sort of glue, tacky glue, and I'm just going to use my, I've got tacky glue in my art glitter glue bottle, and then I just glue that down, and I do it all at the one time, and then I come back and sew it. And you don't have to do a great deal of glue, you just sort of glue on the end, like, okay, this is what I mean, go like that. So this is going to be you know, a leaf, a thing. Might even add that around the eye. That. Give it a little bit. A little tiny little bit of glue. Not too much. And then we tack that down. And see, here's a bit like what I was saying on the other one. I might even do a stitch along there, because you do, and I'll do a stitch along there, and I might even stitch that as well, stitch it down, because you need those stitching bits to hold that down. And then when you come back, you know, bits and pieces are going to go underneath. So I'm going to be using over the left, yes, I'm probably going to go stitch along there. Yeah, so getting a bit sidetracked, but that's the get the drift of what I'm wanting to do. So I will pause it and come back once this is done, and come back with the, once that's done, and then I'll come back with this one, and then I'll pause that too. So just so you know where to put it. Okay, won't be long. Okay, back again. Started doing that part on along there. I think it looks really nice. So what you need to do with this part, I thought I'll stop here, is you put that through, I think it might be about a centimetre, I mean half an inch, a couple of centimetres, and that goes underneath there. Really like how this is looking. When I did the other one, I had the same colour, and I just did the same, you know, 3 times, but I thought I'd just be something different, do a different colour. Hopefully I'm in camera, don't want to. Okay, now what I did on the other one, I did seed stitch, which I still might, I might even do seed stitch from here. We'll see how we go. I'll finish off the bird, and put everything all on it, because I mean, seed stitch is beautiful, but it does take a bit of work. Okay, so when you get down to here, hold that out so it's away from it, and then I usually go over this a couple of times just to hold that the wall down. And then when I get to this side, chop that bit off, I do pull it back, and then I'm going to hold it down with the thread, because I really don't want to knot it. So, because they can be quite thick. did I know that was going to happen? Isn't it funny how you see it, but you don't still do it anyway, thinking, okay. Okay, it's supposed to make it less knotty, and it's more. Anyway, cut that off, hold that down. Sometimes I like to put a bit of a dot of glue just to hold those bits down. Same with that one. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is get this, because we will need that. Been listening to music in between, like as I turn it off and I listen to music in the background. The song's still going along in my head, singing away. So I'm like, oh, you really hope that it's not playing, because I don't want you to hear me singing. Not that it's a bad thing. I've been singing since I was a little kid. Okay, now here's some bits left over. So since I'm going to use that, I will have another kit. So I'll have 20 kits. Okay. So we just cut it into feather. Just going to cut this off a bit thick. Cut it into feather shapes. And I don't mind these ones because they have a bit of white and a bit of pink, which is what they've got on the head. So don't want them too big because they can get chunky. These are for up here. So okay, middle one here. Still want a bit of pink. And there's probably enough there to have a small one. Doesn't matter if it's an angle like that, that's okay. Get as much out of it as you can, and remember that you got bits and pieces left over because you've only got what you've got. If you wanted to sew those, you could, just so that you've got more pieces. Now, not that you need too much of this along here, so actually this piece here probably fits in there perfectly, so I'm gonna just dab a tiny bit of glue, put that in there like that. And they do seem a little funny, but once they're stitched down, see, I'm going to probably put a skinny long piece along there. Right, here we go. Sometimes you just need to improvise. Cut as you go. Now, okay. Okay. Now that piece is probably going to be a bit too long, so we want it, there we go, so we round that off. Okay, and then We probably do need a short little piece, but which will go here because I don't want it too far over the eye. And sometimes you can just have a straight little piece. I might just have another long skinny piece. Cut that here. Which I'm going to put there. Okay. So now when I stitch that, I'll stitch that down and see that big piece there. That could probably go in that part. Have that underneath. There we go. See, it does happen pretty quick. And I did show you how to do this in the other one, so but I thought, well, since this is a different tutorial, sort of, I might move that over. There we go. Now, like I said, when I did the first one, it does look a bit weird at this point, but that's okay. We just cut it and have it going as we go. Actually, that one is round, so I'm going to put that there. See? Don't want to have it too much. And then probably put a tiny extra bit there. I mean, if you don't want to glue, if you are just an avid sewer and gluing is against the religion, so to speak, yeah, you don't want to do that. I understand, it's not a bad thing. So put that underneath there because it seems to be going around as well. Now, I know in my one that I did actually had some of the dark along there, so I might actually have darker thread along there. So, because I use quite a bit of dark along here, and it is easier to change it from light to dark than it is the other way around. Okay. Now, see, this piece here would be perfect. I'm actually thinking probably too dark to really need it. Go around. There. Probably needs to go around this way. And I'm going to just prop that in there and have it sitting under the eye. It works okay because it's got a smidge bit of sewing on there. There we go. So you just play with it as you go. You know what, I am going to stitch on that and I'll show you what you do. A minute, just pause it. Okay, back again. So all I did was stitched along there. I didn't go back and forward. What else did I do? Yeah, this one just stitched. I think it was only one here. might even go another one there, just see how I go. But if you've got pieces, see this one had really long piece, I just went like that, and so they'd be really good for, you know, the ends. So any bits that need stitching, you just go on the machine, and I just used a grey, you know, some of them only needed one. I think it was only one on there. Yeah, there. So here's the piece that I thought would go really good along here. So I might shape it so it looks a bit more like a feather, even though it's a feather going sideways. There we go. There we go. And it's sort of got a little bit of pink. I might even put a little bit there just to hold that down. Okay, now where is the little other little pieces? Now, see, I should have stitched some of that down, but here we go. Another feather. Just go in there. Up to you. If you want to, you can use even some of those bits. It's up to you what you want to do. I just want to stick to the colours for myself. I'll go that in there a little bit. There we go. But you might want to, you know, add some of that along there. That actually might be nice, but here we have got a little bit of stitching on there. Yep. No, not enough stitching on there. So I'm trying to shape. Tiny little piece in here. Coming down. Okay, so in the next video you'll see some of this stitched down, which does look rather good. It looks like this, and having the little white bits along the side, all it is just straight stitches. It's like I said when I was doing this, it's not hard, just a bit of work. And I've got to get a grey in this colour, probably use the same grey that I used to stitch there, and then this one, yeah, I think so. I'm just going to do a satin stitch there and a satin stitch there, because that's it. They do have grey wings, so yep, here we go. Being a bit pedantic about the glue, but once you start sewing, it's not so bad. Okay, so in order to make that like it's, you know, fitting in, get it a little bit, not wanting it too big along the top. So I might even put it over the top of that, and who knows, I may even get another one and just stick it over the top of that. So you just got to work with how it goes. See, that fits in there because I cut it from there. Fits in there really well, but I don't know whether I want to have it there, because I do want to make it curvy. got to resist the urge to go with the flow sometimes. Actually, I might have to have a longer one. Where are we? To go in here at the end. Here we go. Here we go. Something a little longer. I might use them for something else. So, okay. Cut it sort of on a bit of an angle, and we'll have that going in there. There we go. Goo. And it's starting to take shape. There we go. If you want, you can keep that bit. I actually really like it, how it's got a little bit of that purpley bit in there. And I'm just wondering, do I do that on there like that? I don't know. But anyway, well, I'll turn it off and I'll continue to play with this. And I'll be back in the next one. You know, we're just going to do some straight stitches. I'll be close to getting done. So, oh yeah, I quite like that. I think that's going to look really good. Okay, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.